As March Madness approaches, the NSIC begins to crown their winter sports champions, and one is already in the books. February is It's a Slam Dunk, Don't Drive Drunk month, and the winning video is in. We will also meet the Newman sisters from UMD, a 28-year-old sophomore from Minnesota Crookston, and find out how Minot State's Katie Hardy changed her life by transforming her body. So lean back, relax, and take it all in. The Northern Sun Showcase starts now. Thanks for joining us on the Northern Sun Showcase. Division II athletics in the upper Midwest, 16 schools strong. I'm Mike Woodley with the Commissioner, Butch Raymond. It is winter time, and a lot of those winter sports are in play, but we've already crowned one champion already.
That we have, Mike, and it's the first of four, so by the end of this month we're going to have 3 more coming on. So extremely busy time within the Northern Sun, but and the same venue, awfully exciting.
Let's talk a little bit about swimming and diving, and for a second straight year, our Northern Sun team is able to take the championship.
We have. We had our championship last week down in Rochester. It was hosted by the Rochester Amateur Sports Commission, and we want to thank them for all the hard work that they put into it. But it was one of the most exciting events that I've seen. It went right down to the last event, which was the 400-yard relay, and St. Cloud State won that by a fingernail, I think, over Lindenwood, which ended up allowing them to win the championship. One of the key things here, Mike, that maybe is that you see a couple of names there that aren't we're accustomed to. Lindenwood and Nebraska Kearney. Those are 2 schools from the MIAA, our sister conference, that does not sponsor swimming. So they came into our league as what we call associated members to help us.
And that completes the sport to be qualified for NCAA competition.
That will, and that'll be coming up later in March in Spiro Institute in Ohio. Again, congratulations to St. Cloud State on repeating as our champion. This is the 2nd year of it, and we look forward to some good years ahead of us.
And again, congratulations to everybody and good luck in March at the National Championships in Ohio. Let's move on to what is another crowning of a champion. And when you really look at what Concordia University has done in volleyball with 7 straight national championships, 42 consecutive matches won in NCAA play, it's really unparalleled at any level of college sports.
I don't think there are words to really explain what that means. But again, we're so thankful for what Concordia has done to our volleyball league, our conference. It has established a very high bar, and our other teams have taken the challenges. As you know, they haven't always won our league, but yet for the last 7 years, they have won the national championship, and they raised the bar, or I guess they lowered the banner.
And then brought it back up, yeah.
And which was, it's been my good fortune to be at all 7 of those ceremonies. And every time they do it, you still get goosebumps. It doesn't get to be old stuff at all.
And let's hear from Coach Brady Starkey in what has been a remarkable run.
Incredibly hardworking kids with great attitudes that came to practice hard every single day, and that's kind of what they showed, I think, our younger kids here, and that's kind of what these guys have been able to follow through with, and really one of the reasons why, and I think one of the biggest reasons why we've been so successful all year. So.
And Butch Brady Starkey has a fine group back, but there'll be plenty of competition within the conference to try to get back to another national championship.
It will. It'll be, I'm sure it'll be a very exciting and enthusiastic race next year.
Well, always a race between all 16 member schools in the conference to see who's going to win individual honors, like the Don't Drive Drunk, or It's a Slam Dunk, Don't Drive Drunk contest, a video contest that everybody was involved with. Let's talk a little bit about that, how the schools are all doing things to get involved in the communities in which they're located.
Mike, this was a project that was initiated last year by our Student Athlete Advisory Committee. The unfortunate circumstances were men's basketball coach at Southwest Minnesota State, Brad Bigler, and his wife Heather were involved in a car accident which they were hit by a drunk driver, and their 5-month-old son Drake was killed in that accident. And so working with the Biglers, the Northern Sun wanted to try to make something good out of that if possible, and so we initiated this program. It's a Slam Dunk, Don't Drive Drunk, of which all of our 16 schools participated. It's a 3-way project. Number 1, they all submit a 30-second video that they make on their own explaining the circumstances. And this year we're going to see, this later on the show, we're going to see the winner this year, which was Concordia University.
And a $500 check to make
and
a
they
wish.
We give them a $500 check for that. Secondly, they pick a weekend. Each school picks a weekend in February where their Student Athlete Advisory Committee signed pledges from people coming to the game, basketball game, They sign pledges not to drive drunk and are given a keychain with the insignia on it of Drake and the Northern Sun. And then that's another $500 for that. Who signs the most? And then the third and final part is that you find the percentage of people at your game, and the school that signed up the most percentage-wise also gets a $500 check. So a lot of good things going on, and so thankful to our Student Athlete Advisory Committee for running this. And of course, in our office, Melissa Seaweek is in charge of that.
And all 16 schools, as you mentioned, submitted videos. Let's take a look at the one that ended up as the winner of the contest.
You wouldn't play your sport with the wrong equipment, so why would you drive under the influence?
Take the challenge today to never drink and drive.
It's a slam dunk. Don't drive drunk.
It's a slam dunk. Don't drive drunk.
I don't drive drunk.
We don't do it.
Don't drink and drive. It's just not worth it.
We don't do it.
Don't drive drunk.
You better not do it.
Don't.
Don't.
Don't. Don't.
It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk. Don't drive drunk.
Playing your sport with the wrong equipment isn't very smart, and neither is driving under the influence. Take the challenge today.
That's a nice production. They did a nice job.
Well, and Mike, the students were involved in every aspect of that, from the writing of it, from producing of it, and the filming and the acting. So, yeah, it's really neat to see what they can do.
And when we come back, we're going to go on the court. We'll go talk men's and women's basketball as we continue on the Northern Sun Showcase.
The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, 16 schools, 18 sports, one common goal, athletic and academic excellence. Student athletes in the league compete and win NCAA national championships while learning the skills to compete and win in life. The NSIC has developed into one of the premier NCAA Division II conferences in the nation. The NSIC, win here, win in life. Learn more at northernsun.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Ever wish your bank were right at your fingertips?
Hey, honey, thanks for depositing that check for me today. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you more.
I love you way more.
You're the best.
You're way better.
You're my huggy bear.
In branch, online, on your iPad, iPhone, Android, or BlackBerry, U.S. Bank is there when you need us.
14 games, 4 days. Exciting NCAA Division II basketball. The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament, March 1st through the 4th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls. Tickets are available now at the Sanford Pentagon box office or Ticketmaster.com for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship games, or experience the entire tournament with the all-session pass. The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament, March 1st through the 4th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls.
Now let's talk women's basketball. We'll get to men in a little bit. And it's been a tough battle at the top. People trying to find their place to get a championship.
Well, it's the commissioner's delight,
Yeah.
actually, Mike. In just speaking specifically about on the women's, on the North and South, we played 18 games of our 22-game schedule, and really nothing's been decided yet. Not even which teams are going to host of the top 4. We do have a team in each division's in first place, but then right behind them, one game behind, we have 2 teams that are tied for second. And then right behind them, we have 2 more teams that are tied for 4th and 5th. And as you well know, only the top 4 get to host the first round.
One thing about Division II athletics, you see oftentimes you can be close to home. In this case, 2 sisters, Katrina and Jessica, grew up just south of Duluth. And when they decided to go to school together and play sports together, they were able to do it together. Greg Chandler has the story.
In basketball, like other sports, bonds are formed and teammates become like siblings. But UMD Bulldogs Katrina and Jessica Newman were born with those bonds in the small town of Barnum, Minnesota.
We're really close sisters, and I think basketball has a big part of that. Even in high school, every sport, we were always together. We've always been in the gym together. We never knew what it was like to play without each other.
The Newmans are two of the Bulldogs' best, and Coach Annette Wiles believes their small town upbringing is a big reason why.
We've got to have that toughness.
You have two sisters that have unbelievable work ethic, whether it's practice, whether it's games. They're just simply always giving their best.
Raised on the family farm by parents who were teachers as well as coaches, it's easy to see where that work ethic came from.
Well, my parents were always big on work ethic, get good grades, hard work pays off. Just being on the farm at home, you have to do it, otherwise it's not going to get done. And my parents made that very clear at a young age.
The Newmans' work ethic also extends to the classroom. Katrina earned academic all-NSIC honors as a junior, and last fall, both earned 4.0s.
I think they value education. Obviously, they're going to go into education professionally, so they hold great high esteem to it.
Both also want to coach, but the Newmans don't see education as simply following in their parents' footsteps. Both Kat and Jess also see it as a chance to give back.
See, everybody knows a teacher doesn't get paid as much as they should, but it's not about that. It's about helping those kids, and the opportunity to coach is the same thing. I think that's why me and Katrina both decided it just seemed like a perfect fit.
But as this season winds down, so do these sisters' time as teammates, and the Newmans would like to go out with a championship, just like when Barnum won a Minnesota State title in 2010.
We've come so close to it, and then finally my senior year we got it, so it would be awesome if we could do that this year. Our theme is one team, one goal.
One team, one goal!
Our one goal is to get that conference championship.
Win or lose, Katrina and Jessica Newman don't have to worry about their legacies. They'll leave their mark in the classroom, both now and in the future. In Duluth, I'm Greg Chandler, KQDS Fox 21 Sports.
Butch, let's look at those standings now. Again, quite a bit to be decided yet before we're all through and done.
And again, Mike, remember the format of the tournament, that if you were 1, 2, 3, 4 in the north, you host 5, 6, 7, 8 from the south in the first round. And if you're 1, 2, 3, 4 in the south, you host 5, 6, 7, and 8 at the first round, which will be Wednesday, February 26th. The winners of those games will then go to Sioux Falls, and starting on March 1st and compete in the Pentagon, at the Pentagon, which is the new state-of-the-art building built by Sanford Health, and we're so very fortunate to be a part of that. Our student athletes and really our fans also are going to have just a great experience.
Well, one of those teams that is battling in the north near the top is Minot State, and one of their biggest performers this year is a little smaller than she was a year ago.
I'm Katie Hardy. I am a forward for the Minot State women's basketball team, and I'm back on the court after losing 90 pounds. About a year ago I started, so just a lot quicker, just can last longer, and just get in the flow of things and not have to worry about being tired. When I started, I worked out every day, 3 times a day, lifted, ran, shot, whatever, and then I started seeing the pounds shut off, and I was like, well, this is possible for me to do. And when I hit the 50-pound mark, it was a big deal, but I was like, I can still go more. People noticed, people complimented on it, which is kind of nice for me to hear, just to know that my hard work that I put in did pay off. I have diabetes in my family. I have heart disease in the background of my family, just everything like that, and I was just like, if I don't do something, that's exactly where I'm gonna go. Rather than guarding the bigger post or the center, now I'm guarding like the quick forward, the best post, and even sometimes some guards. I want to be able to achieve more on the court now and just get anything possible done out there, and I want to see our team like succeed. That's the biggest thing for me. There's really nothing personal I would like to do, but I really want to see our team just strive.
To be honest, she's probably one of the most mentally tough kids that I know, because that takes a lot to be able to do that and to keep yourself that focused and to go through that. She just really dedicated herself, and as a coach you couldn't be more proud of having a kid like that, and you wish that you had 15 of them, because the sky's the limit with that kid and anything she wants to accomplish.
Redshirting last year was really tough for me, and to be able to come back this year 90 pounds lighter and just can do so much more for the team means a lot, and maybe will help us go that extra mile this season.
Which, regardless of what happens with Katie and Minot, she's already the biggest winner in my book for what she pulled
For sure,
off.
but Minot themselves, her team is currently tied for second place with the University of Mary in the North, 2 games behind Northern State with 4 to go. So they still have some, they could still reach that championship, and Katie herself is contributing to that. She's averaging 12 points a game and 5 rebounds a game.
And she started all 22 games this season.
So she's doing her share.
Good for her. We'll talk men's basketball as we continue on the Northern Sun Showcase.
14 games, 4 days. Exciting NCAA Division II basketball. The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament, March 1st through the 4th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls. Tickets are available now at the Sanford Pentagon box office or Ticketmaster.com for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship games, or experience the entire tournament with the all-session pass. The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament, March 1st through the 4th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls.
The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, 16 schools, 18 sports, 1 common goal, athletic and academic excellence. Student athletes in the league compete and win NCAA national championships while learning the skills to compete and win in life. The NSIC has developed into one of the premier NCAA Division II conferences in the nation. The NSIC, win here, win in life. Learn more at northernsun.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
What if you could get a reward for saving money? A real acknowledgement of achieving your goal. Then you would know the feeling of START from U.S. Bank. When you save $1,000, you'll get a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. And you'll get another $50 Rewards Visa card when you maintain your balance for a year. Because you're doing all you can to save money. And that should be rewarded.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Showcase, Division II athletics in the Upper Midwest. And Butch, let's talk men's basketball now. We're getting towards the time we'll be crowning a regular season champion and looking ahead to the tournament.
Almost identical to the standings on the women's side, Mike. On the North Division, we have a team in first place, and then we have 2 teams tied for second and third. And then we have 2 other teams that are fighting for that 4th spot to host the tournament. Down on the South, a little bit different. We have 2 teams that are tied for first, and then 4 teams that are still involved in maybe getting into that 4th spot.
One thing about the Northern Sun Conference, it allows opportunities for student athletes to excel, and sometimes it's never too late to chase your dream. Nick Cornder has the story of Minnesota Crookston's John Hughes.
Growing up, John Hughes held a passion for basketball, but that had to be put on hiatus after high school. Hughes stood only 5'10", but shot up 7 inches to 6'5" after his freshman year of college.
You know, I graduated high school and went to University of Oregon directly out of high school just for academics, and went there for 1 year. And after 1 year of not really doing so hot, you know, I decided that I wasn't quite ready for that. So I ended up finding wildland firefighting once I turned 23. We'd just get out there and we would find these road systems that need to have, you know, some of the overgrowth that hasn't been touched in maybe 50, 60, 70, maybe even over plus 100 years. And we have to go and just clear cut, you know, 50 yards. So if the fire tries to make its way towards that road system, we'll take away all the fuel. And so if there's no fuel, there's no fire.
Although he enjoyed the physical labor, Hughes felt he had a different calling.
But at the end of the day, once, you know, you work all these different jobs and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, man, I don't really feel like I'm truly happy. I'm not really following what I love to do.
His work ethic on and off the court got him multiple offers coming out of junior college.
We really like your highlight tape, and we really like we hear about your hard work and how intense you are and your passion for the game. You know, it's very humbling. It's really, you know, it's just exciting. It was really exciting at the time. You know, I was just like, man, people want me.
Hughes looked deep inside as he chose his next step in life.
Finally, you know, had a conversation with my oldest brother one day, and just had to take the leap of faith, man. Had to go for it because, you know, you can only be this age and playing basketball, you know, once, and you can work the rest of your life. I told myself I was gonna do what's best for myself academically and basketball-wise, and Minnesota Crookston gave me both of those.
Now, 28 years old, and in his first year at UMC, Hughes has been a leader on and off the court for the Golden Eagles.
Just try to give them a different perspective, you know, kind of on life. You know, I don't really try to come at them and tell them what to do and tell them this is how it has to be done. I just show them how I'm going to do it every day, how I'm going to bring it.
Hughes has earned the respect from his teammates, and they have seen through him that with hard work and determination, any dream can be reached. For the Northern Sun Showcase, I'm Nick Cornder.
So he's leading by example on the court, and those younger kids probably learning a little bit by their older teammates.
Mike, another class example of Division II with life in the balance, and a young man chasing his dream academically, athletically, and of course he's a very strong contributor to the Crookston men's basketball team, both on the floor and off the floor. Let's go to the standings, Butch, because it is tight at the top, and it is important, as you mentioned, to be in the top 4 in one of the 2 divisions come the tournament time. Yeah, we won't go through the tournament again. It's the same scenarios we had on the women's side, but you can see from our standings that on the north we've got Bemidji State in first place, followed very closely by Moorhead, MSU Moorhead, and St. Cloud State, and then right below them Northern State and Duluth fighting for the top 4. On the south, Winona State and Minnesota State Mankato tied for first with 4 teams behind them. Now again, the tournament, new structure this year. On Wednesday the 26th, the top 4 teams in each division will host, and then the winners will go into Sioux Falls playing on the Pentagon beginning on Saturday, March 1st, with the championship finishing up on Tuesday, March the 4th, on both men and women. And St. Cloud State, one of the teams involved in the Northern Division in that top 4, and their coach, Coach Schlagel, a longtime assistant of former head coach Butch Raymond, is now retiring, and he's having a little bit of fun on the way out, isn't he? Well, what a classic guy Kevin is. Obviously, for me, he was a 13-year assistant, a very loyal assistant. He has proven himself as a capable head coach. He's the all-time winningest coach in men's basketball at St. Cloud State, and he does have some quirky mannerisms, and I think they took advantage of that on him. Well, it was a look-alike night. Fans could donate $5 and receive a tie, with proceeds going to the Coach's Legacy Scholarship Fund, and it was kind of fun as they were picking on those mannerisms all the way to the very end, and a champion was crowned. We got all kinds of people, as you know, involved in this. I wish I could have been there. Little Isaac is the winner, and what do you think, Coach? You know Kevin Schlagel as well as anybody. How do you do? Isaac was pretty good. He just didn't take his tie off and throw it, but that's the kind of looking at some part of the game. It didn't happen yet for Isaac. The referees probably agreed with you. We're going there. We're not going there. When we come back, we will talk wrestling in the Northern Sun. We got some unbeatens. We got some news and more ahead on the Northern Sun Showcase.
14 games, 4 days. Exciting NCAA Division II basketball. The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament, March 1st through the 4th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls. Tickets are available now at the Sanford Pentagon box office or Ticketmaster.com for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship games, or experience the entire tournament with the all-session pass. The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament, March 1st through the 4th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, 16 schools, 18 sports, one common goal, athletic and academic excellence. Student athletes in the league compete and win NCAA national championships while learning the skills to compete and win in life. The NSIC has developed into one of the premier NCAA Division II conferences in the nation. The NSIC, win here, win in life. Learn more at northernsun.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Well, welcome back as we continue. Wrestling now the topic on the Northern Sun Showcase. Division II wrestling is good as it is anywhere in the nation here in the Northern Sun, and we got a couple unbeatens in the conference that are going to be battling real soon.
Like all of our sports, we got an exciting race coming. It's going to end this week when we crown our champion. Mike, 9 of our 16 schools have wrestling, and so they wrestle each of the other 8 schools once to determine our champion. Currently, going into our final weekend, we have 2 teams, St. Cloud State and Upper Iowa University, that are tied at 6-0. And so they'll have to wrestle each other along with another member of our conference. And so we'll have a champion by the end of the week, maybe even co-champions.
It's going to be fun. And then, of course, it all leads to what will be the Super Region 3 Championships. That's coming up February 28th through March 1st in Edmond, Oklahoma. And then we're crossing our fingers, and I'm sure we'll see some representation of our conference in the national championships, which are coming up March 14th and 15th, and that'll be in Cleveland, Ohio. So good luck to all the grapplers in the Northern Sun as they pursue their Division II dreams. Well, we should also remind fans, Butch, indoor track and field is also in play, as it always seems to be going on in the Northern Sun.
It is, and our championships are coming up. Our indoor track and field championships are being hosted by Bemidji State University. They'll be on Friday, February 28th, and Saturday, March 1st. Is that March 1st date meaning anything? Have you heard enough of that today?
That has been very talked about.
We got three championships going on at the same time.
And then the track and field championships, of course, March 14th and 15th, and that'll be in Winston-Salem. Right. That's the national championships. Again, reminder, you can stay up to date on Facebook and Twitter, and follow at northernsun.org for all the latest and what's happening in the Northern Sun Conference. And stay up to date, because there's so much alumni and supporters of these Division II schools all across the upper Midwest. And Butch, thanks again for doing it. We'll have to do this again soon.
Well, let's just watch these championships unrail themselves, see who's going to win them.
And for the Commissioner, Butch Raymond, I'm Mike Woodley. You've been watching the Northern Sun Showcase.